Everything you thought you knew about reality into your eternity just got torn to shreds. Episode 4 of Season 3 delivers a roller coaster twist that slams the brakes on what's real. Leaves us painfully wondering who's alive, who's dead, and whether Fushi's godlike powers can actually do anything to fix this disaster. If you thought the show was intense before, buckle up, because this episode is all pain, confusion, and the start to a strange new chapter that could change everything. Let's break down every brutal moment, the psychological twists, and what the jaw-dropping ending actually means for Fushi and Mizuha. Episode 4 opens with a mood of pure anxiety. We pick up with Fushi, who's desperately searching for Mizuha after she vanished following her mother's shocking murder. Fushi finally tracks her down, but nothing about this encounter feels safe or comforting. Mizuha's entire world is crumbling, even if, at first, Fushi doesn't seem to understand just how deep the pain goes. Right from the jump, we see Mizuha in a state of total breakdown. She begs to stay where she is, grasping at anything stable because her sense of safety is obliterated. Fushi tries to help, but he's operating in alien territory. He offers his friendship. It's heartfelt in classic Fushi fashion, but also so awkward. He doesn't truly comprehend Mizuha's fear of the world, the police, or losing her so-called perfection. When she admits she killed her mother and pleads with Fushi not to let anyone else decide her fate, we feel the desperation. It's not just guilt swallowing her alive. It's dread about what comes next, no matter how hard Fushi tries to be her lifeline. The next scenes give us a glimpse into Fushi's attempts to adapt to regular human life, but it's both endearing and tragic. Mizuha throws out requests that seem basic: clothes, a lighter, bubble tea, but for Fushi, these are alien concepts. He dutifully obeys, but it's clear he's out of his element. Still, he tries, making food and comforting Mizuha, even as she spirals. The heart of the episode is their overnight conversation. Mizuha lays out her reasons, or lack thereof, for killing her mom. She's confused, numb, and confesses that the actual act is a blank in her mind. But she does remember the moment her faith in her mother was shattered. A cheap hair accessory her mother claimed was precious but turned out to be a lie. Fushi's reaction is so innocent, suggesting maybe her mom lied out of love. But for Mizuha, this is intolerable. She's adrift in a sea of doubt and betrayal. Things get even eerier when Mizuha reveals her connection to Hayase, the infamous ancestor who has tortured and haunted Fushi for centuries. She presses Fushi for the truth about Hayase, and he describes her as generous, strong, and caring, almost as if he's willing himself to remember the good and not the horror she brought. Mizuha calls him a liar, toying with Fushi's inability to navigate real emotions and complex family legacies. There's genuine pain here, a single girl suffering so deeply while the world carries on as if nothing happened. Morning arrives, and Mizuha finds hope in Fushi's presence. Fushi, ever the fixer, volunteers to fetch supplies, and maybe even resurrect her mom to solve everything. Mizuha isn't ready, though. She's terrified at the idea, the jarring impossibility of undoing death. It's a surreal moment. Fushi can bring people back. But does that even heal the wound or just mask it? The pacing shifts as Fushi heads out, and we get comic relief with Bon and Messer's antics around money and gambling, trading barbs and talking about horse racing. It's a weirdly normal subplot smashed up against the trauma. There's also a lively mall trip, Fushi's awkwardness with human currency, and the gang trying on clothes, all hinting at attempts to live ordinary lives in a world upended by immortal drama. Then, the narrative hits us with the jaw-dropper. Mizuha reaches out to her dad. She expects police, anger, consequences. But instead, her parents act if nothing happened, treating her like the beloved daughter who was just out for a night. Her mom, very much alive, apologizes for the cheap accessory and promises to make amends. The conversation is gentle, loving, completely normal. It's so off-putting Mizuha can't even believe it. Did she dream the murder? Is this really her mom, come back from the dead? The emotional tension is knife-edge sharp. Mizuha rushes back to Fushi, stunned, reporting her mom's revival. Fushi is baffled. He swears he saw her lifeless body. So what's going on? Fushi begins to speculate darkly. Has someone replaced her mom? Is this the work of the Knockers, the mysterious enemies capable of controlling the dead? But Mizuha returns home. Life resumes. School starts again. The ordinary resumes, but nothing can possibly be ordinary now. Scenes blend normalcy, dinner, kids arguing about clothing and apologies, school logistics with simmering tension. Bon, ever the organizer, hands out green cards, a way to help Fushi and his immortal companions fit into modern society, enroll in school, work, pay taxes. The culture shock is real, with Fushi, Iko, Gugu, and Hero trying to understand things like taxes and grades. It's comic and sad at the same time, showing an immortal's struggle to fit into human systems. As the gang gets swept up in everyday concerns, Fushi struggles with his silent burden. The mystery of Mizuha's resurrected mother, unresolved Knockers, and the feeling that the world is shifting beneath their feet. Black One, his eternal guide, offers cryptic advice. Yes, Knockers have animated corpses before, but Fushi's senses detect nothing. The roots, Fushi's way of probing for Knockers, seem normal, but then grow again. Has something been missed, or is a new threat rising unnoticed? The episode closes with Mizuha determined to start fresh. She promises she's a new me, ready to let go of her painful past, yet clearly shaken. Fushi is left reeling, unsure what's real, what's alive, and whether his powers are even relevant in the face of whatever is happening now. The next chapter teases more questions. The T is Mizuha's mom real? An imposter? A puppet? As school starts for Fushi, tension and answers are right around the corner. So, in summary, Episode 4 ramps up the tension and uncertainty. We see an emotional breakdown play out against a surreal twist that puts Fushi's abilities, humanity's rules, and the fabric of reality itself to the test. Mizuha's mom might be alive, or just a shadow given life by a Knocker. Fushi is at a crossroads, forced to face not just external enemies, but the confusing, contradictory reality of human pain and healing. With school looming, secrets still buried, and Fushi haunted by failure, the stage is set for the story to explode next week. What did you think about that shocking twist with Mizuha's mom? Do you have any theories about what's really happening, and if Fushi can solve the mystery? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this deep dive style recap, don't forget to hit that like button, share with fellow Eternity fans, and subscribe for more breakdowns and theories every week. See you in the next video.